A number of years ago, we developed an innovation, which I think we were the first city to do, called Rest in Red. And that was developed for several streets out on the west side. And it requires then that you see a red signal, and if there's no car on the cross street, you see a red signal, so you have to slow down. And only then when you're going at the compliant speed will it turn green for you. And we have found that to be successful in getting people to slow down as they're approaching the intersection. The conventional way of operating the signal is it only goes red if there's a car waiting on the cross street. So we've tried to provide something which requires you to slow down before you go through the intersection. Now that's not a perfect system because some people will figure out in time that, hey, there's no one on the side street and I probably don't need to slow down because it's probably going to go green for me just as I get at the intersection. And that's unwise to do because it may not always operate that way.
The neighborhood has figured that out. That was raised at last week's meeting, and people said everyone knows that the system is you keep going and it's going to turn green and you never have to slow down.
Well,
is there a way to modify the signal so that it is not as a issue that was raised at last week's meeting?
Yeah, it doesn't always happen that way, so don't assume that because sometimes there'll be a car on the cross street. Now the alternative way is to say, well, we're just going to alternate green and red. And you could do that, even when there's no car on the side street. But someone's going to figure out there's no car on the side street, I can just slow down a little bit and go through. The other problem with that is that during the green interval, let's say the green interval is 30 seconds, the red interval is 30 seconds, then you have no control on the cars during that 30 seconds and no incentive for them to slow down. So that's the way we operate some signals, but we feel here there's a desire to have traffic slow down.
Okay, the response that we got last week at the meeting is it's not working.
It doesn't work.
John, may I